How you been feeling, Jeff?
Great. Yeah.
Good, good. We're not recording. We're not recording yet, right?
Yes, we are.
Oh, we are.
Oh, okay. All right. Usually it says meeting recorded and didn't say
Yeah.
that.
It hasn't
It's
yet.
recording up in the corner.
No, but usually it comes up on the screen and I gotta click off and
I think that might be just at the beginning, and I think we should be on YouTube too.
We're live.
Oh, yeah, we're live everywhere.
Okay,
we
so
ready?
we're
ready to go?
back. Yeah, back at 7:48.
Okay.
Executive session. John, do you have a motion?
I do. I'd like to make a motion that we refer the request of Ralph E. Klein regarding a parcel of land that abuts the town office to the Conservation Commission for their review and recommendation.
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion?
I just would like Terry to, if this passes, to actually talk a little bit, if you would, to either Sandra or whoever you think is most appropriate about, what we're looking for here,
Or Henry.
as opposed to texting her and emailing her and there's mass confusion. Or Henry, right? Yeah,
He's the chair.
yeah.
Okay. All those in favor? John,
John, I.
Sue,
Aye.
Jeff, I.
So Jessica didn't come back?
She's coming.
Oh, there she is. So you're just gonna explain to her what we did, Jeff, or?
Yeah, I was waiting for her
Sorry, just getting
Okay.
there. Sorry.
to. Yeah, and we just came out of executive session and John made a motion to refer this to our Conservation Commission. And Terry's going to talk to them to let them know that we want some kind of timely response on their thoughts and recommendations. So I guess I shouldn't say much more than that.
Sure. Do you know when they meet again? So I can inform him.
Yes,
I can go home and tell Henry you want to talk to him, and I can have him come down and chat with you tomorrow. Is that good?
perfect.
Get the ball rolling.
They
Yes,
meet the first Wednesday of the month,
I thought it was the second.
second Wednesday of the month.
I think so.
yeah, we might see if he can have one sooner than that.
Yeah, no,
That's true.
I'll just tell him to come down and talk to Terry tomorrow, and he can make a decision from there. If he wants to call a special meeting,
Perfect,
if you do that.
good. So it'll be sooner rather than later.
Okay. I'll let him know that you're planning to have a unofficial conversation tomorrow with
Yep.
conservation. Okay.
With
Yeah.
the chair, with the chair,
Oh,
The chair.
okay.
Yeah, and
not
then
not the committee.
And but then the first time we'll weigh in on is probably the week of the 10th of April. One of those days we'll probably add it to an agenda item as an agenda item to our budget meeting. So hopefully we'll have a recommendation from them by the 10th and we can add it to our budget meeting.
Okay.
Could I ask you one other question?
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
How did you come up with the value of 35,000? Was that from an appraiser or just something you did in-house or?
No, we did a market analysis on the property compared to recent solds of some acreage, at least a couple of acres, but not more than a giant parcel.
Yeah,
And so we just basically just did that, just used sold comps and came up with what we would market the property at, which was 72,000. Were this a normal piece of property with proper access that we would put out on the open market. And so Mr. Klein said, well, I know the access will take some doing. And if an abutter wants to absorb it, I'd be fine letting it go for half of that. So that's the extent of the conversation.
Okay,
So
thank
that's what
you.
we did. You're welcome.
That's helpful.
Good. Okay.
Hope you enjoyed our meeting.
So our, I'm actually on the planning committee for a big celebration we're having in Waldeboro, the 250th anniversary of the forming of Waldeboro, which is coming up in June. And so, I sit through a lot of meetings. I got a lot done while you were talking about other things, so it's just fine.
Good. Thank
I
you.
appreciate the time and allowing me to be here and help you out with the decision.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks.
Okay, town report and 24 budget. Revenues portion of it.
Are we good with the dedication that we previously discussed?
I think so.
Someone just needs to write it up.
Hi, Penny.
Oh, good. What?
Terry will talk to you. So pictures.
I do have a couple. I have a couple of Diffa Butler. And Sue sent this one in, it's a balloons. We got one.
This one was done by
I know you can't see them,
by
John.
Jeannie Drinkwater's granddaughter. It was hanging in a display at the high school. And I just happened to walk by it the other day and I thought, oh, it's a
Yeah,
nice shot.
I think that's pretty.
It's really pretty.
Can you turn it my way?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yep.
check that.
Okay. No, that's fine. I get it.
Yep. I think I prefer this one because I'd like to put this one on the next. On next year's is my thinking on the Guilford Butler on the next year's.
Why next year?
After this coming town meeting.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, that's to me. I think that's,
I could.
Did you see it? It's really pretty.
Is Maggie a senior?
It's actually Chloe Drinkwater. It's Blair's daughter, one of Blair's daughters.
Yeah.
His oldest daughter.
Would she,
She already said we could do it,
Okay.
that we could use it. I asked her first before I said, I'll just submit it. Doesn't mean it will be on there, but if it gets picked. And she said, oh yeah, that's fine. So I talked to her mother too, so.
you might need to get a
Um,
better. Full size picture.
yeah,
did you?
Chloe Drinkwater.
yep.
Do you know how to spell
CHLOE.
it? Okay.
Yeah, they didn't get creative with it.
You never know.
You talk, oh, believe me, I know, working in a school, you get some spellings.
Okay, anything else for, oh, warrants?
It's really rough for us because there's so much I don't know yet, but I wanted you to look at what articles are there and have an opportunity to add something if you think.
I have a question on Article 5.
Yeah, me
Yep.
too.
Would we just put this on the warrant without any discussion or any explanation
Yeah.
of what it means? Or what the change would mean?
Yeah, see, my recommendation was that we do the same thing we did last year.
Put on an advisory one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the same kind of verbiage and
Yep.
then
Do what?
last year for the one prior to that, Article 4, we put it on as an advisory. And let's see if I can find it. It says, this article is strictly advisory and is not binding on the select board. To see if the town desires the select board include an article on the warrant for next year annual town meeting to determine if the town wishes to adopt, and then that portion right there, this portion.
I just wonder how anybody can make a decision on that if they don't know what it means. Like, what difference does it make if you
Yeah.
have a town manager or a town administrator? What is the change? What's
Right.
the cost of the change?
But
What
I
different,
think that's a discussion we can have though at that meeting.
would somebody do a presentation on it or?
Well, I think we can have a discussion about it. And we
Yeah, I
also
found
could,
it-
we also could write up, I find what works pretty effectively is we could write up like an FAQ, frequently asked questions.
I found a PowerPoint online that Durham, the town of Durham did when they were considering
Oh,
Well, that might be a good
a
avenue
starting
too.
point, but
We could also have a public hearing on a couple of different articles here.
yeah,
But quite frankly, the problem is you get 4 people at the public. I mean, remember with the fire trucks, David did all
Right.
that work and I felt so bad for him. You know,
right.
3 people showed up and he put hours into it. You know? So that's why I like embedding it in the warrant, because people are coming to the town meeting for the town
Right.
meeting and therefore, so I mean, I like Jeff's idea and I think we can discuss it and we can get a sense of what people's questions are and
This gives us a year to do if
to
we need to,
decide. Yeah.
some additional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Education.
Okay.
yeah, and so, and then maybe put together a PowerPoint or something if it seems like people are in favor. I mean, we still could put it on the warrant, even if people aren't in favor of it. I mean,
Right.
it's strictly advisory. I mean, we probably wouldn't do it if it went down 99-1 or something, but
Right.
you know, if it was,
Yeah,
so I like the idea.
I
Can
think
can we,
Did it last year.
are we good? Are we good with that?
Yeah,
Yep.
Can I jump back to Article 4?
yep.
Pet peeve of mine, I don't like the last paragraph. I think there's a fine line between information and propaganda. And I think it should strictly be the question.
Oh, you wrote this last year, so I just.
I
copied it.
know, but we weren't voting on it.
Okay, so you want me to take that last paragraph out that says
Well,
that?
I personally do. I don't like inserting information in the warrant. That doesn't mean you can't have information elsewhere, but
Yeah, I agree with that, John.
yeah, and last year we weren't actually voting on it. It was, you know, there was the advisory. And Article 6. Is it the South Thomason Auxiliary? Is that their,
I don't know their official name,
it must be fire.
and I meant to ask David and then this got out of my head.
well, I think that's important.
And I also think we need to specify the equipment that we're, because
Yeah.
this gives a blanket approval to any
Yeah.
equipment sold goes to
Agreed.
the auxiliary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we sell the fire truck to buy a new fire truck and we give the money to the auxiliary.
yeah, you know, I'll be honest with you. I've kind of backed away from this in concept. I mean, I'd rather see personally, I'd rather see a mechanism where if fire equipment is sold, that it goes into a town account and can be dedicated for fire department purposes rather than going out to a third party where we lose track of where the hell it is, what bank it's in. I don't know. I've had second thoughts.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to put the specific equipment on there and an
Yeah.
approximate value amount on it, because my impression is it's going to be a small dollar amount. And in this particular case, I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other, which is why I'd kind of like the town to vote on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a hill to die on for me, but I think you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree. I remember those days very vividly. But I mean, we could still ask the town and
Yeah.
specify the equipment and the approximate amount, or maybe an exact amount. They should have sold it by then.
Yeah.
And setting the precedence, and so I just assume the town looked at it and said yay or nay.
Yeah,
Especially since I think we kind of indicated we would sponsor that for the fire department, for the chief.
Well, we did, and I kind of regret that,
Yeah. So
but I have had bigger regrets in life, so.
that's right.
So there's no ordinances or anything, huh?
No, it's pretty little.
So do we want to add airport? Just kidding. Kind of. I think all the rest of them are pretty straightforward. I'm
Yeah.
good with them.
looks like it.
Terry, where did the numbers come from? Particularly the appropriation numbers?
Last year.
Oh, they're all fake.
Yeah, they're last year.
Huh?
Yeah, they're last year's.
It's a fake. It's just, I needed to get something.
The
to you
format.
guys or it would
Oh,
be-
okay. Jesus, I added them up and the appropriation is like $1 million. And I'm saying,
They're all fake.
oh, you gave me a heart attack.
I'm sorry, John.
All right, so we do need to talk about revenue then, because that's the heart of what's missing here, you're saying.
Yes.
Right, but.
Now, is Article 16, is that levy limit fake?
Well, I did my best. I sent it to you in the packet, didn't I?
You did, and it's like way down.
I
Oh,
know, but
yeah.
the rest of we've got so much more, revenue, or projected to get so much more revenue sharing.
Well, yeah, but I'm not comfortable with projection on the revenue sharing. I mean, if you take what we've gotten this year, divide it by 7 months and multiply it times 12, that's only 306,000, and the state's projecting 474.
Yep,
I mean, and you got to remember, that's not a state appropriation. That's a percentage of sales and income taxes that are taken in. I think that's looking at it through rose-colored glasses myself.
Yeah, but they did up the amount. It's not a strict, or the percentage this time is higher than the previous years. So I do think it's going to be higher. The problem is when you set, it's part of the calculations for figuring out what your
I understand that.
tax
and that's
levy
why
limit is.
When you're using a huge number, that lowers your levy limit.
Correct. Yeah.
And then if you don't get it, you've locked yourself in on the levy limit. And what was the percentage increase on the? Does anybody know?
I thought I had it here.
On the revenue sharing?
I don't have it on the sheet, I don't think.
And did you get the values from Kevin?
yes. Well, he didn't give me the actual number. He said, go get this number and then this number, and that's the number you need.
So if we're not meeting to June, why do we have to use 22? It says we can use the most recent.
This,
22 is our most recent.
yeah, we had this discussion last year. They call 22, 20, 23, 22 in their sheet when they do the calculations.
I remember that. I didn't agree with it last year.
Yeah, but
I mean, to me, we should have new value on April 1st, 23, and it says April 22 or most recent.
well, April 20,
We won't have that number on, I mean, Kevin's not gonna have that number April 1st.
yeah.
Yeah, but you should have it by June. All right,
No,
I
but
think
we
what-
can't, we gotta have,
think-
Yeah,
we
I
figure all
think
our.
what they, I do think what they mean is that the wording is poor. I think they mean if you don't have 22, you can use 21. But that's not what it says.
no,
And
I mean, yeah, they define what 22 is, and it's not,
On the top of the page.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, for fiscal year municipalities,
I'll use whatever numbers you tell me to use.
the term 22 refers to July 22 through June of 23.
And then, of course, we don't have a homestead number plugged in there. Right?
I don't know that our homestead number,
I know, and so it's not in there.
right?
So
Although I don't think that's gonna play into that.
no,
into
I
the
don't think,
Levy, the levy limit.
no, I don't think it does either. I can't remember. I gotta go back to my worksheet and
No,
stuff.
that was on the, just on the summary when we do the revenues. Where you have your four numbers down here in the corner, but we need a homestead for that. And that's weird, they do it weird. We get 75% of. Well, first we get 25% of the last year, and then we get 75% of what's projected for this year.
Yeah,
And the ambulance billing at 110. I mean, through 7 months, we've got 71,000.
Well, that's- I asked Amy what number she thought she would,
Yeah, but just, I mean, if you just take 71,000 divided by 7, multiply times 12. I mean, I'm just trying to get an order of magnitude here.
yep,
so it looks like it's only off about 10,000 though, right?
Yeah, 11,000.
Yeah,
you want that to be 121 now?
No,
No?
no, I'm just yakking.
yeah.
I'm noodling.
Well, I did my charts and graphs and all that. And it's wicked scary. Cause my calculations show we're doing nothing else. The only surplus we put into it is what, $49,000.
Well, so far.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is just doing 49,000. I show we're going to have a significant decrease in our mill rate. And that's assuming that our valuation doesn't change if it stays the same as it did last year.
I got you.
So it's a conservative number, and the only thing I can figure is it's that huge amount from the state that is throwing it off. But I've got us right at the tax levy limit. I've got us, $800 below the tax levy limit right now. We haven't even gone to the budget committee and wrestled with pulling a bunch of other stuff out yet. So.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm not comfortable using $474,000 in projected revenue sharing.
But the positive side of that is that you change your tax levy limit. Your tax levy limit is decreased by that large amount. So if you decrease that, your tax levy limit goes up. So I think as far as the tax levy limit, it's going to almost be a wash, regardless of what number you use.
Yeah,
The difference is that it'll be a higher amount,
yeah,
and we can go up 100,000 before we even hit this year's mill rate. So I'm
I mean,
this is
I
the
know-
first year that I've seen this, and so it's got me a little worried.
yeah. Well, I feel the need to personally play with this. I have several charts and stuff too, and I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you, I haven't done that. I didn't understand some of the numbers. I understand them now. But just for example, on revenue sharing, and I know that comes in unevenly. And I'd like to look at the fluctuations by month because I think typically there is a pattern different times a year. But if you just take the 178 we've collected, multiply that time, divide that by 7, multiply that times 12, we're down to like 306. And I know it went up, but that's a long way from 474.
Yeah. Is there a way we can contact whoever provided that chart that gave us that number?
It's on the main website.
Yeah, because I mean, I do know that I have seen a bunch of articles and editorials about the significant increase in the payback from the state this year.
Yeah, I have too. There were a couple in the MMA Townsman or something and Terry, we don't need to finalize this tonight, do we?
No, I've just gotten you guys down the road.
Yeah,
Takes a while.
well, I'd like some time to play with it, really concentrate on it. And I'm not sure I can do that until I can sit down with Terry. You know how we did that last year a couple of times.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
When are your, when's the North Graves spreadsheet become a public document?
After the budget committee looks at it and it becomes reality, right now it's just yes. But I can send you what I've got. I can send you my worksheet.
Oh, good, that'll occupy my free time for the next several months.
Yeah, just remember that it's,
Yeah.
there's a
yeah.
bunch of stuff in it that is not of value yet. I mean, it's guesses.
I just find that one of the finest pieces of work that I encounter every year, Jeff, so that's a
Well, I
compliment.
appreciate that. Thanks.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I feel so good about the management of town finances when I look at that. And I'm sorry, I came in late because I didn't know when you were coming out of executive session. So I heard ambulance revenue is projected up over $100,000. That the state is saying more than John believes. What about excise?
It's been pretty steady with that side thing. I looked
Yeah.
at the same on my projection.
Yeah, I just put my sheet away about, didn't you initially project about the same?
Yep,
What, so 385 or something like that?
380.
380.
Okay.
Yeah, we seem to fall in that range.
But
All
those are the things that I'd like some time to kind of really take a look at and because again, things don't always neatly come in, 12 equal parts,
Right.
So,
All right, I'm gonna go off, satisfied that Jeff's gonna send me the magic spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all your hard work.
thank you.
It's Walter. Okay, any more writing of. that.
Well, I have a question. When you say we use 49,000 in surplus, I didn't know we had used anything in surplus. Is that something you did on your sheet?
Yes, but there was a reason for it. It was,
Capital expense.
building and grounds, 46,000,
The
which was something that was under capital improvement that we moved into building and grounds.
Mhm.
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember exactly what it was.
boiler.
Boiler, yeah, that's what it was. And the only other is 3,000 in administration for, again, something that was in capital that we moved up to there. But I haven't put any others. Those are the only two.
Okay, so Terry, on this draft warrant, none of these numbers are,
That is correct, John.
Correct. Ignore them.
They are fake numbers. They are, the bottom number's fine.
where do they come from?
It's last year's warrant.
Yeah.
The bottom number is okay. Like when it says the total, that number is correct, but the numbers above them aren't gonna make any sense to anybody.
Oh, so
I'm
that's
trying
why
not-
so that's why,
I just
the
want to
top
lose the
landing-
spaces,
yeah, okay, so that's why the town landing from excise, it says 3615, but the total says 7956.
correct.
Got it.
I thought I explained that in the background notes, but maybe.
You probably did.
Good job.
You probably did. Okay. Well, we'll work on that. Maybe we'll have to spend time at one of the budget meetings after and kick it around a little more too. As a board, I mean, not as the budget committee, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Good.
Yes, it is. I just want to get you guys moving down this road here. The town report deadline is May 1st.
Okay, so we have budget committee and April 25th meeting.
Yeah,
And so we got to finalize it then. I have a feeling that the April 10 through 13 budget committee meetings might have some other stuff on them.
yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm just waiting for reports from a few people.
Me included.
Yeah.
Now, I had to tentatively put in this new committee. The community resiliency committee.
I have, they were in there last year. I have gotten a report for them. Is that your question?
No, that was conservation.
Conservation, oh.
We don't have
No, it's
a budget line.
brand new committee.
Yeah.
Right, but they're not, this is last year's book, so
Oh,
they
yeah.
wouldn't be in this year's,
Okay.
they wouldn't be in it.
Cause then they send you something to include.
Yeah, they might have, yes, Kathy did, right?
Conservation.
No, it was a community resilience, she did find something.
Oh.
Right?
The report on, because we started last.
Yeah, it started last, it can go in there.
I mean, we could all sign that report, you know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
as the informal committee. But if I schedule it and get them to send it in, could that committee be appointed as the budget committee?
Yeah.
Rather than waiting until the 25th?
Do we have anything else?
That's what I'm just looking
Are
at.
we doing this iWorks?
Oh, I work.
I work?
I don't see it on the agenda,
It wasn't on the agenda, I just asked, so, well, you guys already approved it all, I just
Yeah.
need someone to sign the paper.
but then I thought there was a question. I saw a
And she
question
answered it, so she's
Oh,
gonna
she
fix
did?
that part. And
Okay.
then I'll sign it.
after she fixes it.
So I think it's on a separate page from the signature,
Okay,
so she's gonna fix it. She's
okay,
just gonna change the date that they put in there. They put in
Okay.
1 July, that she's gonna make it some June.
okay.
Okay, anything else, John, that we're missing?
I don't think so, but I'm not the best person keeping track of that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
That's it, it's hard telling you. You're in-
Do we want to set May's meetings
sure.
The 9th and the 23rd.
See if I can be as confused as I was last time.
Right.
Hang on. Gonna get in the right month this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the problem where I have a problem on the night.
okay.
I knew I had a problem, but it was, I had the wrong month.
Sounded familiar.
Well, and we're gonna meet either the 10th or the 11th, right?
Right.
Yeah, with Owl's Head, right?
Johnson with Owl's Head,
Well, I think so. He was gonna get back to us, but
right, and we're
Yeah,
gonna
we
do
are.
that here, right?
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah, so,
I hate to piggyback him though.
yeah,
I just feel that's gonna, well, no, that's at 4 o'clock, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, we could do that then. Can we
Yeah,
do the 10th?
yeah, the 10th or
Or,
the 11th,
or can we wait and see which one they pick and then do it that same night?
yeah,
yes,
let's do that.
there you go.
So it'd either be the 10th or the 11th,
And then the
and
23rd,
the 23rd.
yeah.
Terry, is there gonna be anything on the election besides the school budget?
No,
No bonds, no the referendums?
no.
That's gonna be June 6th.
That sounds about right.
I move we adjourn. Oh, no, Jeff wants to say it.
So unless there's anything else, without objection, we are adjourned. Thank you,
Okay,
John.
kids. See ya. Terry, I may, if I get a little time, I may, could you and I zoom a little bit on, some of these revenue questions? You there?
Yep, you just let me know when.
Yeah, okay, I probably won't get to it, but if the mood strikes me and it rains. All
Okay.
right, talk to you later. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.